I am going to do every single one of these examples. There's only 4 of them, just because they are all different scenarios. So in this one, we have to get rid of that negative 8. Ooh, that's way too thick a marker. Let's go to this. Okay, so negative 8, those cancel out, and that gets you the square root of 2x plus 3 equals 5. We square root both sides, and we go. I want you to do the rest of that problem on your own, and then see how you did. So go ahead and finish the rest of that problem. So pause the video now. Okay, now that you come back to me, hopefully you got it. It's not too bad of a problem. You're going to square both sides, get rid of that square root, and you get 2x plus 3 equaling 25. And this should be pretty simple because we've done this a bajillion times. Subtract that over because you're adding. 2 is multiplied, so we divide, and x equals 11. Now we're going to check it. Okay, so we have negative 8. 2 times 11 is 22, plus 3 equals negative 40. Well, what's 22 and 3? It's 25. And what's the square root of 5? Or 25, I just gave it to you, it's 5. And negative 8 times 5 equals negative 40, so we're good. Okay, this one has a few steps to get this square root by itself. So we want this square root of 8x completely by itself on that right side. So we first, remember, we always do the order of operations basically backwards. So we're going to have to move this 7 over, and that gets us 4. Now this 3 is being divided, so the opposite of dividing is multiplication. So we're going to multiply by 3, and that gets you 12. And then I ask, how do you get rid of the square root? What is the opposite of a square root? Well, the opposite of square root is squaring. So that gets us 144 and 8x. And then we divide by that 8. And if you take that, 144 divided by 8, you get 18. Okay. We're not going to check this time just because why not? We'll just skip it. But we're going to do 9 and 10, and we'll check those. So these are both squared. A square root, it's all by itself. A square root all by itself. So step 1's done. So to get rid of that square root, we're going to square. We get r equals 42 minus 2r. I'm going to go ahead and add this 2r over because I need all the variables on one side, right? And then from there, you divide. And the reason we're dividing is 3 and r are multiplied together, and the opposite of multiplying is dividing. So when you divide 42 by 3, you get 14. Well, the question is this a real answer? Is this fake news? Okay, so we get r, 14 goes into the r, 42, we're going to do some mental math here. 14 divided or times 2 is 28. Okay, and what's 42 minus 28? Well, it's 14. So the square root of 14 equals the square root of 14. We are good. That's a solution. All right, number 10, last one. Just like 9, we're going to square both sides. Gets us p plus 8 equals 2 minus p. I'm going to go ahead and add that p over to this side, and I'm going to subtract 8 to this side. So I'm doing a bunch of steps. This is going away, this is going away. So you have 2p equaling negative 6, and if you divide by 2, p equals negative 3. Okay, so that's the answer we're getting. Question is that working? Okay, negative 3 plus 8 equals 2 minus negative 3. Negative 3 plus 8 is the square root of 5. A negative and a negative is a positive, so it's also the square root of 5. So while you're done. All right, so not too difficult. Sometimes you do have to use quadratics to help solve this kind of stuff, but we're really not going to dig too much into that. Maybe just a little, just depending on the timing situation we have going on here. Hope all is well. Stay safe, stay healthy. Keep up the good work.